Dim glow of the Imperial Star Destroyer's command bridge, Darth Vader stood like a monolith of black armor and unyielding will. The rhythmic hiss of his respirator echoed through the vast chamber, a constant reminder of the machine that sustained him, and the rage that fueled him. It had been nearly 2 decades since Order 66, the purge that had scattered the Jedi like ashes in the wind. The Empire reigned supreme, its iron fist crushing rebellion across the galaxy. Yet, whispers persisted. Rumors of surviving Jedi, hidden in the shadows, plotting their futile return. Vader's master, Emperor Palpatine, had grown impatient. The Jedi are extinct, he had proclaimed to the Senate, but both knew it was a lie. A few embers remained, flickering defiantly. Obi-Wan Kenobi had been one. Vader had seen to his end on the Death Star, a hollow victory that only deepened the void within. But there was another, older, wiser. Yoda, the ancient Grand Master of the Jedi Order. Palpatine had sensed his presence, a faint ripple in the Force, like a distant storm on the horizon. "Find him, Lord Vader," the Emperor had commanded, his holographic image crackling with malevolent energy. "End this last vestige of the old ways. Prove your loyalty." Vader had bowed, his cape sweeping the floor like a shroud. Loyalty. The word tasted like ash in his mind. Once, he had been Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi Knight, a hero. Now he was a slave to the dark side, bound by chains of his own forging. But doubt had begun to creep in, unbidden and unwelcome. The boy from Tatooine, the one who had dreamed of freeing slaves, whispered in the recesses of his soul. What if there was another path? The Star Destroyer Executor hurtled through hyperspace toward the Outer Rim. Intelligence reports gleaned from tortured informants and intercepted transmissions pointed to a remote swamp world, Dagobah, a forsaken planet shrouded in mist and teeming with life that choked the senses. No civilized being would choose such a place unless they sought oblivion. As the ship dropped out of hyperspace, Vader gazed through the viewport at the green orb below. "Prepare my shuttle," he ordered, his voice a mechanical growl. The bridge crew scurried like insects, fearing his wrath. He would go alone. This was personal. The shuttle pierced the atmosphere, buffeted by turbulent winds. Vader piloted it himself, his gloved hands steady on the controls. The Force guided him, a dark current pulling him toward his quarry. Sensors flickered with anomalies. Dagobah's dense fog played havoc with technology. But Vader needed no machines. He felt it. A presence, ancient and serene, like a calm sea amid a tempest. The shuttle landed with a thud on a murky patch of ground, sinking slightly into the bog. Vader emerged, his boots squelching in the mud. The air was thick, humid, alive with the chirps of insects and the distant roars of unseen beasts. Vines twisted like serpents, and gnarled trees loomed overhead, their branches forming a canopy that blocked out the stars. He ignited his lightsaber, the crimson blade humming with malevolent energy. It cast an eerie glow, cutting through the fog. "Yoda," he called out, his voice amplified by the suit. "I know you are here. Show yourself." Silence answered, broken only by the drip of water from leaves. Vader pressed forward, his cape dragging through the muck. Memories flooded him. Training under Obi-Wan, the Clone Wars, the betrayal on Mustafar. Yoda had been there at the end, dueling Palpatine in the Senate chamber. The little green Jedi had escaped, vanishing into exile. Why here? What secrets did the swamp hold? Hours passed as Vader trudged deeper into the wilderness. The Force was strong on Dagobah, a nexus of life that amplified every sensation. He sensed eyes upon him, creatures, perhaps, or illusions conjured by the planet itself. A vine lashed out suddenly, wrapping around his leg. He severed it with a swipe of his saber, but more came, as if the swamp were alive and hostile. Tricks, Vader muttered. You cannot hide forever. A faint chuckle echoed through the mist, ethereal and mocking. Hide. Seek, you do. Find what you seek, perhaps not what you expect. Vader whirled, his saber raised. There, perched on a twisted root, was Yoda. The Jedi Master looked frailer than Vader remembered, his green skin wrinkled, ears drooping slightly. He leaned on a gnarled staff, his eyes twinkling with a mix of sadness and amusement. No fear, only pity. Master Yoda, Vader said, the title slipping out unbidden. He corrected himself. You are the last. The Empire will tolerate no remnants of the Jedi. Yoda tilted his head. Last. Number the Force. Eternal it is. Jedi or not, flows through all. You, Anakin, know this. The name struck like a blow. Anakin Skywalker is dead. I am Darth Vader. Yoda sighed, a soft sound lost in the wind. Dead. Buried deep, perhaps. But gone. Number sense it, I do. Conflict within you. Vader advanced, his saber humming louder. Your senses deceive you. I have come to end you. End me. Yoda hopped down from the root, his small form landing lightly. Try, you may. But why? Power, revenge, or something else? The Dark Lord hesitated. Why indeed? Palpatine's orders were clear, but beneath them lay a churning sea of emotions. Vader had hunted Jedi relentlessly, extinguishing lights one by one. Each kill had promised peace, but delivered only emptiness. Yoda was different, the architect of the Order, the one who had trained generations. Killing him should be the final triumph. Yet, doubt gnawed. Join me, Vader said suddenly, surprising even himself. The dark side offers strength. Together, we could overthrow the Emperor. Yoda's eyes widened fractionally. Overthrow. Temptation it is, but darkness consumes. Seen it I have. In you most of all. Vader lunged, his saber arcing in a deadly sweep. Yoda flipped backward, his own lightsaber igniting in a flash of green. The blades clashed, sparks flying into the fog. Despite his size, Yoda was a whirlwind, leaping and spinning with acrobatic grace. Vader's strikes were powerful, fueled by rage, but the swamp hindered him. Mud sucked at his boots, vines tangled his path. You fight with anger, Yoda chided, parrying a blow. Clouds your mind, it does. Remember your training. I remember betrayal, Vader roared, pressing the attack. He force-pushed a wave of energy, uprooting trees and sending debris flying. Yoda deflected it effortlessly, landing on a branch high above. Betrayal. By whom? The Emperor, or yourself? The words pierced Vader's armor. Flashbacks assaulted him. Padme's pleas, the love of Mustafar, the suit that imprisoned him. He had chosen this path, seduced by promises of power to save those he loved, and lost everything. Yoda dropped down, their sabers locking. Stop this, you can. Redemption, possible it is. Lies! Vader broke the lock, swinging wildly, but Yoda was gone, vanished into the mist. The swamp seemed to close in, whispers echoing in Vader's mind. Visions appeared, ghostly images of his past. Young Anakin laughing with Obi-Wan, Padme, her hand on his. Luke, his son, whom he had glimpsed in the Force, a beacon of hope he dared not acknowledge. Vader deactivated his saber, chest heaving with mechanical breaths. "Show yourself, coward." "Not cowardice," Yoda's voice replied from everywhere. "Wisdom. Fight. We need not. Talk, perhaps." Vader scanned the fog. The Force guided him to a small, dome-shaped hut, woven from vines and mud. Smoke curled from a chimney. Inside, Yoda sat by a fire, stirring a pot of stew. The simplicity mocked Vader's grandeur. "Enter. You may," Yoda said without looking up. "Hungry, are you?" Vader ducked through the low door, his frame filling the space. "This is no time for games." "Games. Life. A game it is not. But choices, yes." Yoda ladled stew into a bowl and offered it. Vader ignored it, though the scent stirred long-buried memories of simpler meals. "Why hide here?" Vader demanded. "You could have fought back, rallied the survivors." Yoda's ears drooped. "Fought. Lost, the war was. Preserve the future, I must. Train the next." "The next?" "There are no more Jedi." Yoda chuckled. "Always in motion the future is. A new hope there is." Vader felt a stir in the Force. Luke again. His son, hidden by Obi-Wan, now a young man on the path to destiny. "You speak of the boy." Yoda nodded. "Your son, yes. Strong in the Force, like his father." "Father?" The word hung heavy. Vader had learned of Luke's existence during the Battle of Yavin, a revelation that shattered his world. Palpatine knew, of course, and plotted to corrupt the boy. But Vader, what did he want? "He could join me," Vader said, voice softening. "Rule as father and son. Rule or destroy." Yoda set down his bowl. "The dark side, twisted you it has. But break free you can." "How?" The question escaped before Vader could stop it. Vulnerability, a crack in the armor. Yoda rose, hobbling closer. "Forgive yourself first. Anger. Let go. The light. Always there it is." Vader turned away, staring into the fire. "The things I've done. There is no forgiveness." Judge yourself harshly, you do. But the Force, merciful it can be." Outside, thunder rumbled. Rain pattering on the hut. Vader sat awkwardly, his suit creaking. And for the first time in years, he talked. Not as a Sith Lord, but as a broken man. He spoke of Padme's death, the pain of betrayal, the endless cycle of hate. Yoda listened, offering no judgment, only gentle probes. "Feared loss. You did," Yoda said. "Attachment led to jealousy, greed, the dark path. I wanted to save her." "Save. Control you sought. The Force, not a tool it is." As night deepened, Vader felt something shift. The constant rage simmered to a low boil. Doubts multiplied. What if he turned back? Could he face Palpatine? Protect Luke? But the Emperor's voice intruded, a psychic whisper through the Force. "Have you found him, my apprentice?" Vader stiffened. Palpatine sensed the hesitation. Reinforcements would come if he delayed. "I must end this," Vader said, rising. Yoda stood, staff in hand. "Choice. Yours it is. Kill me, or save yourself." Their eyes met, crimson lenses against wise green orbs. Vader ignited his saber. Yoda did the same. The duel resumed outside, rain slicking the ground. Blades clashed in a frenzy, the swamp alive with their energy. Vader's power was overwhelming, but Yoda's agility unmatched. He flipped over strikes using the environment. Vines as swings, mud as traps. You hesitate, Yoda noted, dodging a slash. Vader did. Each blow lacked full commitment. The visions returned. Luke calling to him, Padme's smile. With a roar, Vader force-choked Yoda, lifting him. The Jedi gasped, staff dropping. "End it!" Yoda wheezed. "Or begin anew." Vader's grip tightened, then released. Yoda fell, coughing. "I cannot." Yoda smiled faintly. "Knew it. I did." But the moment shattered. Imperial shuttles descended, stormtroopers pouring out. Palpatine had sent them, sensing treachery. "Lord Vader," the commander shouted. "The Emperor orders the Jedi's destruction." Vader turned, saber raised. "Stand down!" Confusion rippled through the troops. "My lord," Yoda whispered. "Choose!" Blasters fired. Vader deflected bolts, protecting Yoda. He cut down his own men, a betrayal born of clarity. The dark side screamed in protest, but the light flickered. "Go," Vader urged Yoda. "I will hold them." Yoda nodded, vanishing into the swamp. More ships arrived. Vader fought ferociously, but numbers overwhelmed. A stun bolt hit, and darkness claimed him. He awoke in chains aboard the Executor, Palpatine's hologram looming. "You have failed me, Vader. But I sense your conflict. It will be purged." Torture followed, lightning, visions of loss. But in the pain, Vader found resolve. He had spared Yoda, glimpsed redemption. Months later, as the Empire hunted rebels, Vader plotted. He contacted Yoda through the Force, a tentative link. "Train, my son," he sent. "I will come when ready." Yoda's response: "Patience. The path. Long it is." The galaxy shifted. Vader, no longer fully Sith, walked a razor's edge. The Emperor suspected but underestimated the bond of master and apprentice, old and new. On Dagobah, Yoda waited, the swamp his sanctuary. A new hope dawned, forged in the unlikeliest encounter. Darth Vader's defection from absolute loyalty didn't happen in a single moment. It was a fracture that spiderwebbed through his being, starting with that fateful day on Dagobah. After the confrontation, as he endured Palpatine's wrath, memories resurfaced like ghosts from the fog. He recalled his first meeting with Yoda as a boy, fresh from Tatooine, wide-eyed and full of potential. "Fear is the path to the dark side," Yoda had warned. How prophetic. Aboard the Executor, Vader meditated in his hyperbaric chamber, the suit's confines a prison of his own design. The Emperor had increased surveillance, assigning inquisitors to shadow him, but Vader's mind was his own, shielded by walls of willpower. He reached out through the Force, seeking Yoda's presence. Was faint, guarded, but there. "Why did you spare me?" Vader projected. Yoda's reply came as a whisper. "Spared yourself, you did. The light, returning it is." Vader pondered this. His actions on Dagobah had cost him. Palpatine demoted him temporarily. assigning menial tasks like suppressing uprisings on backwater worlds. But in the chaos, Vader found opportunities. He sabotaged Imperial operations subtly, allowing rebels to escape. Whispers of a rogue Sith spread through the underworld. Meanwhile, Yoda delved deeper into exile. Dagobah's cave, a nexus of dark energy, tested him daily. Visions of failures, the fall of the Order, Anakin's turn, haunted him. But now, a new vision. Vader, helmet removed, eyes blue once more, standing with Luke against the Emperor. Possible, it is, Yoda murmured to the empty hut. He began preparations, gathering ancient texts smuggled from Jedi archives, hidden in the swamp's depths. Vader's path led him to Hoth, where rebels hid. He sensed Luke there, his son's Force signature bright, but instead of capturing him, Vader observed from afar. Luke was untrained, raw, but potent. Like me, Vader thought. A transmission intercepted. Rebels planning to evacuate. Vader delayed the assault, giving them time. Palpatine raged, but blamed incompetence. Back on Dagobah, Yoda felt the shift. Come. He will, he told a curious lizard creature. But ready must I be. Vader arrived unannounced, his shuttle cloaked by a stolen device. The swamp welcomed him this time, vines parting like old friends. Yoda waited outside the hut, staff planted firmly. Returned, you have, Yoda said. Vader knelt, awkwardly, armor groaning. Teach me how to return to the light. Yoda's eyes sparkled. Teach. Unlearn you must. What you have learned. Thus began secret lessons. By day, Vader commanded the Empire's fleets. By night, he slipped away to Dagobah. Yoda taught meditation, control of emotions, the Jedi Code revisited. Anger, fear, aggression. The dark side are they? Yoda intoned. I know, Vader replied. But how to let go? Face them you must. In the cave. The dark cave on Dagobah, a place of illusions. Vader entered, saber unlit. Shadows coalesced into Palpatine, cackling. You are mine. Vader struck, but the figure morphed into himself. Anakin, scarred and broken. You did this. Tears, impossible in the suit, welled in his mind. He deactivated the vision with will alone. Emerging, he felt lighter. Progress. Yoda nodded. But danger loomed. An Inquisitor, Brother Seventh, suspected Vader's absences. He followed, landing on Dagobah. Vader sensed him, confronting in the swamp. Traitor! The Inquisitor hissed, red blade igniting. They dueled, Vader's superior skill prevailing, but mercy stayed his hand. Go. Tell no one. The Inquisitor fled, but reported to Palpatine. The Emperor smiled. Let him play. His end will be sweeter. Vader confided in Yoda. He knows. Then act we must, Yoda said. Your son. Bring him here. Vader reached out to Luke during the Battle of Bespin, in this timeline, altered by his doubt. Instead of trapping Luke, he offered alliance against the Emperor. Luke, wary but sensing truth, agreed to meet. On Dagobah, father and son reunited under Yoda's watchful eye. You're my father, Luke stammered. Vader removed his helmet, revealing the pale, scarred face. Yes, and I was wrong. Yoda trained them both. Luke in the ways of the Jedi, Vader in redemption. Dialogues filled the nights. "The Emperor must fall," Luke said. "But how?" Vader asked. "Together," Yoda replied. "Balance. Restore." Plans formed. Vader fed false intelligence to the Empire, drawing Palpatine to Endor. There, amid the Forest Moon's battle, the confrontation unfolded. Palpatine, aboard the second Death Star, sensed the trap. "You dare betray me?" Vader, mask on, stood with Luke and Yoda, smuggled aboard. The duel was epic. Palpatine's lightning crackled, Yoda deflecting with his saber. Luke attacked from the side, Vader shielding him. "You are weak," Palpatine sneered. "No," Vader said. "I am free." He lifted the Emperor, hurling him into the reactor shaft. Explosions rocked the station, but victory cost. Vader, wounded, lay dying. Helmet off, he smiled at Luke. "Tell your sister, you were right." Yoda, fading into the Force, touched Vader's hand. "Well done, my old Padawan." As the Death Star crumbled, Luke escaped with Vader's body. On Endor, a pyre burned. The galaxy celebrated the Empire's fall. In the Force, spirits gathered. Obi-Wan, Yoda, Anakin restored. Balance returned. Yet the story didn't end. New threats arose, but with hope renewed, the Jedi endured. The fall of the Empire sent shockwaves through the galaxy. But in this what-if tale, the discovery of Yoda by Vader rippled further, altering destinies beyond imagination. Luke Skywalker, now a full Jedi Knight, established a new academy, guided by Yoda's holograms, recordings made in the swamp. But Vader's redemption inspired others. Former Inquisitors, touched by rumors, sought amnesty. One, a Twi'lek named Mara, became Luke's ally, her dark past mirroring Vader's. On Coruscant, the New Republic rose, but remnants of the Empire, led by Thrawn-like figures, plotted revenge. Luke, sensing Vader's lingering presence in the Force, journeyed to Mustafar, confronting echoes of his father's pain. "Father, guide me," Luke whispered in the lava fields. Anakin's ghost appeared. "The dark side tempts all. Stay vigilant." Yoda, from beyond, warned of ancient Sith artifacts unearthed in the chaos. A quest ensued. Luke, Mara, and allies racing to secure them. In the depths of Korriban, they faced a Sith spirit. "Vader was weak," it taunted. "No," Luke countered. "He was strong enough to choose light." The battle raged, Force lightning versus pure will. Victory came, but at cost. Mara wounded, her bond with Luke deepening. Back on Dagobah, now a pilgrimage site, Jedi trainees meditated in Yoda's hut. "Size matters not," they recited. The story circled back. What if Vader found Yoda? It sparked a chain, confrontation to conversation, duel to discipleship, betrayal to balance. Galaxies healed, but scars remained. Anakin's legacy, not destruction, but hope. Years later, an aged Luke stood on Dagobah, mist swirling. "Thank you, Father, Master Yoda." Their spirits appeared, smiling. "The Force is with you," Yoda said. "Always." And so, the saga continued, infinite in possibility.